The Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Now you official now, but you got a soul to say. I just been cooking that note. I'm about to drop in a few. Think if I call it the grand, the people gon' call it the truth.
Bismillah Rahman Rahim, brothers and sisters, you are listening to Straight Words. We come to you every Tuesday evening from 9 until midnight right here on WVON 1690, The Talk of Chicago. Go to our website, straightwords.com. You can find out all about the show. And we are here once again to give you some information. We black strong, we unapologetically pro-Farrakhan. Let me introduce to you the man that put this show together a year ago and brought us all together, the editor of Your Final Call newspaper, our brother, Richard Naba'a Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir. How you doing, brother?
Doing wonderful, doing wonderful. And, of course, we got our brother. He's a contributing editor, former editor of the Final Call newspaper, the incomparable brother James G. Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, big bro.
Wa alaikum salam, sir. Ready to roll, ready to roll. Got big brother Naba'a on, man. You know, we're going to light it up.
That's
All
right,
right,
brother.
let's do that. Let's do that.
The torch is ready.
That's right, it's lit.
Man, brothers, I tell you, you know, I was dealing with a little something anyway. You know, it's dealt with. But thinking, you know, thinking about some of the things happening in the world and so many things that are capturing so much of our attention. So, of course, you know, we're planning on, the president made a big speech Sunday at Morehouse, ostensibly, well, directly aimed at black men and, by extension, black America. So we want to get into that. And brothers and sisters, I'm really hoping we can hear from you about what your thoughts are on this thing, right. 773-591, you know, 1690. And, you know, we got some other stuff going on, you know, that's more, to a degree, internal. And to a degree, probably more painful. I would say definitely more painful. And this, what we have seen this ugly thing of the abuse of domestic violence and the assault on a black woman by a black man.
Right.
And so we're going to talk about that. And, of course, we're talking about the situation between P. Diddy and Cassie and Diddy's admission that he actually beat this young woman. I got some strong feelings about that. So I'm going to try to keep myself under control, man. But I really got some strong feelings about this issue of domestic violence.
Right.
It's a serious issue.
Yes, sir.
I'll put it like this, brother and sister. When I was growing up, my stepfather tried to beat my mother. And I say tried to beat her because Maddie Bryant wasn't sitting around taking no damn punches. If you was trying to punch her, she was punching you in the back or hitting you in the head or doing whatever the hell she had to do, right? So at worst, it was going to be a fight. I mean, at worst, you might lose. At best, it was going to be a fight. So this is my mother fighting this man who's supposed to be her protector, man.
Right.
And my mother told me that when I got older, when I was a child, I told her that when I grew up, I was going to kill that man. So, brothers and sisters, this is a really deep situation. When you got a child in their mind, saying in their mind, I'm going to kill this nigga when I get older.
That's right. True,
by the time I got old enough, he was long gone. They had long separated by Allah's grace. But it's a serious situation that goes way beyond the celebrity. There are elements of it, you know, and we're going to get into that. We also got some Jasmine Crockett and Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
Brother BJ, talk about that, man.
man.
What's happening with
Brother, that is one of the hottest topics that's out there, brother. We talked about that on our show. And this was a House committee meeting with Texas Representative Jasmine Crockett, Georgia Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez from New York. They were in the chamber, and it sounded like they was in the beauty parlor.
Wow.
Having an argument, brother. And this is in the House chambers. And Brother James, you saw that. What were your thoughts about that when you saw that?
Well, I mean, I reflect on really. I just take the wide view, man. The unraveling of this country, and I saw that as another example where just common decency, common decorum, is not even upheld in the highest offices of our land. Marjorie Taylor Greene and the Republicans in general, and the Democrats, they all vie to get one-upmanship and not really do the work that the citizens voted to get them there to do. They're all trying to get one-upmanship so that their party can win this or that. And so when I saw that, like you said, it's a beauty parlor thing, but it trickles down. I mean, we're talking about Diddy beating up a woman, and we got a lot to say about that. But hell, they have been up in the halls of Congress fighting.
That's right.
And Taylor Greene, I mean, for some reason, I mean, I'm trying to lock in on where she's coming from anytime she speaks, but evidently she thinks she makes sense. And the sister, in my opinion, after I was listening to how it all both came out, I mean, that's the way, you know, we respond, you know, and she wasn't, I mean, in her explanation, you know, if you could say that about me, how does this, you know, and then I come back at you, is that cool? Is that, you know?
Well, let's listen to it. We got it queued up. We want the audience to listen to that dialogue between them, and we want you to respond at 773-591-1690, 773-591-1690. Here's that exchange between Jasmine Crockett and Georgia Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Alexandria Cortez. Go ahead and play it there, dear.
Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about. I
think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Well, how dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play,
baby girl.
We are gonna move, and we're gonna take your words down.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at, calm down.
No, because this is what y'all do. So I'm trying to get clarification.
You're not recognized, Miss Crockett.
I can't hear you with your yelling.
You don't want
calm
me to
down.
No,
please calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk noise, and then
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I come and talk shit about her, y'all gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Chairman.
All right, Chair, okay. Order. Chair now recognizes.
She know how to push buttons, you know?
Yeah, she did.
Brother BJ, don't you got some more, man? You want to get to the big body?
Yeah.
You want to get to the big body, man. That's the main thing.
I'm sorry.
You got to get to the big body. You didn't miss the whole point, man.
Right.
Yeah, she calls the big body. Yes, sir. Hey,
Deontay, find big body, man. We got to
find that, Deontay.
Oh, I can find it. I can find it instead of you got it. Yeah, man, you got this. Look, man.
Okay.
All right, man, our intrepid producer.
Now,
hold on,
this
man.
is the thing.
Hold on.
But this, go ahead.
Hold on. Now, everybody in Black America heard big body. We ain't got it, no, man. No, we got it. We gotta get the quote, man.
Okay.
We gotta get the quote. That just put Jasmine Crockett in the Hall of Fame. But not only that, the sister is smart. She did trademark Bleach-blonde, bad-built, butch body. That's what she called Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yes,
After Marjorie Taylor Greene said she had eyelashes.
Right.
Big beach blonde, bad built, butch body. Yo.
Wow.
And you know, people have started putting that in hip hop songs and others.
And a T-shirt. And a T-shirt she made. She made a T-shirt.
Oh, she made a T-shirt. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. I might need to buy one. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, she said she's gonna have a clapback, a Crockett clapback correction. Oh, she got my man. Or is this a? Oh, go ahead. She's smart, man. I hope she keep that money to herself and don't share it with the Democrats, though, sister. You put that money in your pocket and put it in your war chest and be able to, you know, big, blonde, beach blonde, bad built butch body. Woo!
Right.
What do you think about that, Brother BJ? There's some alliteration in that joint, Brother James.
Well, they done made some songs about it. People done got songs. They done put it, like you said, man, on the internet. The internet's going crazy with it, brother.
Yeah, but I think, Brother BJ, there were some points. What were some of the points that you wanted to make about how this whole thing went and unfolded?
So I went probably totally left of what most black people that I've seen said, because I made some people upset when I said, wow. I said, you made this lady make you act other than yourself, because in that clip, she says, if I talk S about y'all, when she started talking, I was like, man, come on now. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a bully. And I think that there's just a different way that you could have responded. That wasn't the only way she could have responded. She could have responded in a couple of ways that would have really just shut Marjorie Taylor Greene down. I was giving Brother Naba'a an example. And I was saying, if she would have said that to me, I would have took my time and said, look, American people, this is what we're talking about. You're more concerned with my eyelashes. We trying to get stuff done. And you know what? This reminds me of what Jesus said about mischief makers. Like, you are of your father, the devil, and the work of your father you shall do. And that's what you're doing. You causing mischief and mayhem. We're trying to get stuff done. So I don't think that your representatives, your constituents voted you in to come and talk about my eyelashes. Boom.
No, man.
Yeah.
But you could also.
I mean, go ahead.
No, finish your point.
No, I'm just saying that was one way that I would have, nothing and no one has power over you except the power that you give them. Just because you said that to me, you're trying to pull me into your trap and trying to, incite me emotionally. I didn't have to respond to you like that.
Right. See,
you ain't got no control over me.
Yeah, and I hadn't heard the clip. I had read most of it, but I didn't hear it what you just played. But that to me was like I was saying, she kind of knew how to push buttons for our sister, because she could have said the same thing, but just said it more deliberately, more calmer, because she could say, hey, well, I don't know, but I look at your bleach, whatever. You're a beach, blonde, blah, 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 butch body. Why don't you go on back and lift some weights and go hang out with the fellas or something? She could have went in like a knife that just sliced, a real sharp one. Say it so calm, say something so smooth that she don't even see it coming and slice her up.
Right.
She know how to push the buttons. She know how to push the buttons, and that's what she'll go out and show her people how, riled up she can get folks, or how riled up they are, et cetera, man. But like you said, use wisdom. Use wisdom.
Yeah. But I think we got to get this other part. Because when Representative Crockett calms down a bit, she calms down a bit, she says, I'm just curious just to better understand your ruling. She's talking, of course, to whoever's chairing this proceeding in the House of Representatives. So then she puts it in the form of a question, because you're not supposed to, speak these kind of personal insults to lawmakers when you're in session. Yeah. So then Representative Crockett says, if someone on this committee then starts talking about someone's bleach-blonde, bad-built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct? So now she's using a little more. But I think, Brother BJ, the two things, Brother BJ. I think any reference to white folk and the devil hits them like nothing else. Right. And you don't even have to. Marjorie Taylor Greene would have been even more upset, and it would have been, "Oh, you're calling me the devil." But I think that the reason why it took off like it did, honestly, is because black folks are tired of seeing black folks being cowed and bullied. Yeah. And so when somebody stands up, and the squad, which Jasmine Crockett, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Presley, the sister that just won in Pennsylvania, Cori Bush in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. They have been roundly attacked, and they are being attacked. Yeah. Right. So I think when Representative Crockett showed that fearlessness, because she certainly ain't fear this woman. Right. And she was going to certainly say what she wanted, what she wanted to say. I think, let's get this thing right here, courtesy of Big Brother Deontay. Let's go.
Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order. It's me.
Ms. Crockett.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach-blonde, bad-built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
What now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
part of
it.
I'm trying to find clarification on what.
Yeah. That's it. So that's what she's becoming known for. She's becoming famous for, that quote.
Bleach-blonde, bad-built butch body. I like that.
It looked like it might make her some money. Yeah. But I think it certainly makes her a favorite of our people. But I think the question that both of you raise, bigger than this interpersonal conflict, is what are we seeing happening to America?
Right.
When you see this kind of behavior that you would think would be limited to a personal setting, or used to be limited to a personal setting. You're in the highest buildings government in the most powerful government in the United States.
Right.
And if this is you can't even call this discourse, right? But it is part of that war that is going on inside of America. This is another clear sign of that. Now, remember last week we just talked about a poll where about 106 Americans, about 41% of the population, believes that there's going to be a civil war in this country, maybe in as little as 5 years. And Brother Mir, if you're listening, call in. And anybody else that's listening, call in. 773-591-1690.
Okay, yeah.
Let's take Art first, then we'll take Anita.
Assalamu alaikum. Well, my personal perspective is all foolishness. I have no time to even entertain or talk or speak on that. We have enough going on in our own community with the shootings, robbings, murder, rape, and God knows what else is going on, that we have to, and it goes right back to when I speak on a lack of a code of conduct, family value system. And until we as so-called leader and leadership decide they're going to get together and come on one accord to govern our community so we can be an example, that we can take what's out of control and put in control, we're going to continue to experience a lot. So this mess that's going on up there, I mean, I don't even pay attention to. We got so much going on, even when we talk about the domestic with puffy cone, whatever.
Yeah, but we talking bigger. We talking bigger than puffy cones, and we talking bigger than Jasmine Crockett.
Well,
we talking bigger than them. They are examples, and I'm about to let you go. We're gonna get to this next call and keep it moving. Just want to say this.
Go? I haven't even begun
brother,
yet.
you have. You already have begun. You've been talking 2-3 minutes. Let's go to the next call. Thank you for calling in, Art. Let's go to the next call. Go to the next call.
All right, we got Sister Anita on WVON.
You call in every week and you want a soliloquy.
Hi.
Sister.
Don't you guys stop arguing over those?
No, we're not arguing. We're just having a little dialogue. Just to state your point. Go ahead.
You know, Art is gonna be an old man and a father. He's gonna hold that rule like Elijah Muhammad held the rule. That we got to keep this sensible in the family. What I want to say about that comment, I'm sorry I missed the first few minutes. I've been waiting all day to stay up enough to hear you.
Oh, sister, thank you.
I'm telling you, I fall asleep. Yeah, I've always been a person to go to bed at 11, and it's an hour later here because I'm in North Carolina. But anyway, it's a lot of Confederate mess going on, and what she said was trying to pull rank with that black lady, and not allow her beauty. And this is what I got to say to her. Mm. And I could tell, I've said on Reverend Al's show already, so I know they listen. But anyway, black man, like I said, has been castrated, beat, not paid for 500 years, and the wrong pay, which is as bad as no pay. And that black lady came out with her lashes on looking good. In her world, that the black man has gone through all of that to put her out here to look like she represents what the whole world wants, right? Because that's what everybody wants, is what you built, right? So Marjorie Taylor Greene gonna try to pull her seniority over her and her whiteness and tell her what she's supposed to look like. And the sister told her, I can depend on my man, but can you? Pretty much.
Watch out now. Watch out.
My man gonna give me something. What your man give you?
Watch out now.
We do bomb everybody and kill everybody, and then shoot her too. They kill their women too. So hey,
that's right now.
Black lady told her, get out of here, and I don't need to rely on another woman like you relied on me to take care of your family. So get your butch tail on somewhere. Don't nobody want you.
Wow.
So Anita, I'm glad you stayed up to look. So you saying the sister's beauty was just too much for the beast? Is that what you're saying? The beauty brought out the beast in Congress?
Yes. The white women do not want us to look beautiful because they want all the men to do what with them? Nothing. The black woman done had to go through all of that and build something. Here she is jealous because she was too lazy to be a wife to her husband and had to use other women. And then she gonna hate on her like that?
Go ahead.
Gonna hate on her? You know what they doing down here in the South? See, it's no segregation like Chicago. They'll mix the white people in with the black people. And not that I'm against white people, but when they start trying to boss you in your own neighborhood, and they dare you to complain about anything they do wrong. And I mean, it's really bad down here. I was trying to tell Salim that, and then they put, let me tell you this is the thing that I found out they were doing. They're getting old white women on drugs and putting them in the senior area with the black people, so-called not a lot of income, right? $1,800 a month is not a lot of income, right? But they put these people on government funding and put them in the black community, and these women are getting men out of jail that have drug problems, American Indian and black men, and they're having those men run through the neighborhoods to sell drugs. And I think when they want to get rid of them, they give them some bad drugs, and it kills. Because I had a friend, He had a friend that had won $1 million in the lottery. And he sold drugs. So he was a young guy. And so the young guy, all while that young guy was selling him drugs, you know he never went to the hospital. But when them white females would get involved, this guy would go to the hospital every time with a heart attack.
Wow.
Every time he came, and his brothers would come out of jail and bring those women around him, and he would end up in the hospital every time with a heart attack. So finally, one of them got him, and she must have given him something. His son told me she killed him. So I think when men are strong and they don't want them to tell them what to do, they kill them. And, you know, the police told me that they tried to resuscitate him for a long time. He was dead. They didn't want to put down that he died in her house. So they put him in the hospital, vegetable. He never recovered. He was in a wheelchair.
Mm.
He was in a wheelchair. He was American Indian and black. And they get them straight out the prison and start using them to put the drugs through our community, and they give them financing. So I called the police department, and I told them, so what's going on? I said, my mother don't live like that. I said, that's all she could do was give them in a wheelchair bad drugs. I said, that's how y'all do things around here, huh?
Wow.
I said, is that the kind of women you got in your neighborhood? And putting them in ours? Because they all up in the, you know, the neighborhood doing that. So I told him, tell her to call me and let me know what was his last words when he died. You know he didn't do it, and she didn't call me. But yeah.
Wow.
Oh, they real cold down here. So when he said that, I told her that she'd come get all her white. These women are 60 and 70 years old out here prostituting with black men. You think I want them in our neighborhood? Do you think they would let a black woman go to a white neighborhood and act like that and finance her to do it? They'd be too scared we take all the men from them. But anyway, so I don't think what she said was funny after being down here, Marjorie. That wasn't no light comment. That was a clue. We don't have to listen to her. She's a black, you know, whatever she wanted to call her. And that black girl cut her up so bad. Bottom line is, I can depend on my man, can you, Butch? You know, and I don't want...
All right now. All right.
You go ahead on with your bad self. Say it loud.
Go ahead with your bad self.
Elijah Muhammad was being a drummer boy. He was doing it the whole time, okay? I get my strength, but he does too. All right, God bless you all.
God bless you.
We winning this war. Just stand.
That's right, sir.
Just stand.
That's right.
That's right.
But
look, let's go. We got somebody else. Bring them on in, man.
We got Lawrence on WVON. You're on Straight Words. Lawrence, go ahead and talk to us, big brother.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
Sir.
Yeah, what that woman was saying, that's the interesting stuff what that woman was talking about.
Yeah, it was, brother.
Yeah, I never heard something like that before. Hey, you mentioned something about revolution. It's going to be a revolution if Donald Trump loses. I'm telling you, this is serious, man. He's building it up already. If Donald Trump listen. If Donald Trump lose, these white people going to tear these streets up. Now, I tell people, they won't listen.
Yeah.
You see what happened January the 6th. It's going to happen out here in the streets. I'm telling y'all, man, you better wake up. It's going to be a riot out. It's going to be a riot out here if Donald Trump lose, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because they so sure he's going to win.
Yeah. Well, brother, you were saying what some of the wisest people in this country are saying. So Lawrence, they saying the same thing you saying, man.
That's right.
Like I said last week. But a lot of us
don't believe that. But a lot of us black people don't believe that, man.
Yeah. But
you
like
know that a lot of them calling in talking about they vote for Trump. Trump is this. They threw it to Democrats. Hey, we know ain't either one of them no good. But listen, you got one of them telling he gonna kill you, but you got other one of them telling he gonna try to help you. So which one you gonna go with? The one that's gonna try to help you, right?
Well, but again, brother Lawrence, but we know now. Check this out. There's a difference between me saying I'm going to help you and helping you. Me saying I'm going to help you. Let me finish. I'm definitely going to give you time to come back.
Go ahead.
I'm definitely going to give you time to make your point. Right?
Go ahead.
So in the Holy Quran, the book of scripture of the Muslim, it says that the devil promises only to deceive. And that devil could be Biden and Trump. right?
Wow. I agree.
That's one.
Go ahead.
But let me just get to this one example real quick, right? Because let's just talk about voting rights since we're talking about politics. When Mr. Biden and his party, Brother Lawrence, had control of the House and control of the Senate.
That's what the Republican had the House.
No. This is early on. This is early on. Not now. This is early on.
Oh, okay.
This is early on. Matter of fact, I'll look it up because I had the information. But I will give you the actual facts on that, okay? But this is what happened, Brother Lawrence. You know, I'm sure you heard of the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, right? That they were talking about, that they were trying to get passed. But it couldn't pass because, you know, the Senate is 50-50, right? So the Democrats had the majority in the House, so they got that. All they need now is to vote in the Senate. So the vote in the Senate is 50-50, and that's when the vice president votes. She would have cast a deciding vote, 51 votes, give the Democrats the win. But you know why they couldn't get 51 votes, Brother Lawrence? Because this man out of piss poor West Virginia, Joe Manchin, a white man who's supposed to be a Democrat, refused to vote for that legislation. And Biden and his people couldn't bring this man into power. And Biden didn't berate him. He didn't try to hold his foot to the fire publicly. They just played nice with him. Oh, Joe Manchin, please let us kiss your feet. Let us rub your butt. What we got to do to please you, Joe Manchin? Well, I used to say, man, we voted for the wrong Joe. If we're going to give Joe Manchin all that power, we voted for the wrong Joe. So my point is this. When Mr. Biden and his party had they had the chance to pass that bill, and they had the chance to pass the George Floyd Police Reform Act, they didn't do either one because they allowed these white Democrats to hold up legislation. So it's not just what you say, it's what you do. But Trump ain't even saying nothing. Go ahead, Brother Lawrence, make your point.
Yeah, okay, now, what I'm saying is this, man. He was a man, openly, he even said something today on the news. He openly, man, talking about the third right, talking about he's going to come on, this is serious talk, man. Talking about you're going to bring the third right out. And here's a man that's saying all this here. So what type of world we living in? And they still letting the man have his say, letting him run. This is what I'm trying to say. So we living in a racist, crazy world. These white folks is hateful, man.
Yes.
Seems like listen. Seems like it even mentioned Hitler's name. Seems like that would be a no-no. This man killed 6 million people, man. You understand? And he gonna mention the man's name. Oh, come on, this is crazy, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Lord, we're not as far apart because I understand what you're saying. My thing to us is this, though. We have got to. We've already seen we can't run from one white man to the other. It's like Lucifer or Satan, and we keep getting the evil, right?
Exactly.
So this is in January. Let me say this, Brother Lawrence, because I promised to give you actual facts. In 2021, the Democrats had control over the White House and Congress, and they had it for 2 years, right? That's when the brother from Warnock, remember in Georgia, he won, and there was somebody else. There was somebody else that won. I can't think of their name, but they helped to give the Democrats that small majority, man. But I think you're right, Lawrence. My only point is this. We can't, I don't think we can, I think black folk, I'll put it like this. I think black folk are tired of choosing Lucifer or Satan. But I don't think it makes sense if you were Lucifer to run over to Satan. You need to run to God by doing something for yourself. And I believe we really will be successful. I really believe that.
That's right. All right, brothers. We got a couple more people on the line. Thank you, Brother Lawrence, for calling in. Cliff,
thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you for holding on. Brother Cliff, you're on WVON.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers. Thanks for taking my call. Listen, I just want to share a different perspective. For the most part, man, I think it's obvious that our black women in power are being attacked all across this country. You know, we got right down in Georgia. You understand my point? The name of Tisha James in New York. You got Fannie Willis. You know, Marilyn Mosby. And so this is an attack on black women. So for Becky to sit there and talk about the sister right there in Congress, you know, it was justifiable what she said. As a matter of fact, let me give you a shout out on Kamala Harris. She dropped the F-bomb. Did you hear about that?
Talk about that a little bit.
Right.
Talk a little bit about that.
You know what I mean? So the point of the matter is, she was saying in terms of knocking down doors. You know, she gave a speech. She said, you know, knock that. You know, if you're facing obstacles, you know, in so many words, I'm just paraphrasing. She said, you know, and you face a door that's closed. She said, knock that, you know, F door down. You know, and so she said that. Now, this is Kamala Harris. Now, would I be giggling all the time? So the point I'm making, man, is that, you know, the blatant hatred and racism and disrespect towards black people, the sisters always have the tendency to step up. And so now what I'm saying is that, man, where are the brothers at? You know, where are the brothers to protect the sisters? And this is where it's coming down to, even to the point, man, where we got to physically, even in the black churches, now there's no question that the Nation of Islam and all the mosques, they lead and set the example in terms of protecting the women and the other brothers. But it's going to be obvious, man, that the black church is going to have to be armed. You know, the black men going to have to be armed to protect their members. You know, so for Negroes to think that is not possible and we're not living in those days, brother, that's crazy. You know, and this is the time that we living in, and what's even worse, and I got to say this, brother, that we need our youth, our young black men to be in their rightful place, rather than smoking each other, you know, which is completely idiotic. We need these brothers, man, to be in our community. So when Brother Art speaks, and I can't argue with him, you know, when he says the black family, and particularly our black men, and my last point in closing, our black men, man, support our sisters, you know, love on them, give them the respect they need, man, because too many of our professional black men and athletes, they feel they got to arrive. The first thing they'll do is to greet a sister, you know, Puffy, you know, well, even though it wasn't a sister, but they'll pick up a Becky in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So black men, get up in your rightful place and be the man that God and Allah made you to be, and we can elevate to a higher level of consciousness as a community. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, thank you, brother. Yeah. All right, y'all can call us 773-591-1690. We got Princess and JB on the line, but let's go to Princess first. Assalamu alaikum, sisters. Sister Princess, go right here. You're on WVON, Straight Words.
Yes, greetings to everyone. The sister that called in says she was in the South. I don't know what part she's in, but I am naturally born from the state of Tennessee, the volunteer state. And stuff that she say going on, I don't see that. Because first of all, we as people in the southern states, we never stop marching. And on Martin Luther King's Day in the state of Tennessee, the whites and the blacks come out of their houses and we go into a church and we let the children do the program. And I'm going to tell everybody, if you want to live comfortable, just move to the southern state. It's the no-tax state. You're in the real estate, that's where you go buy your land and you're going to get some real land. Not the stuff that people are getting these days, paying $200,000 for a house. Yeah. And you barely have a front yard. You can grow your own vegetables there, become a farmer, and live well. Because I'm going to move back there myself eventually. And in my hometown, come this Memorial Day, if you're in Tennessee, in the southern state, you're going to know that it's Memorial Day, and especially Veterans Day. Veterans Day, all of the veterans get together, the whites and the blacks, in the VFW. They move from town to town. And we have flags everywhere from the courthouse to the church house, stuck in the yard, in remembrance of your loved one. And the southern states of Tennessee have changed. We come together as one. Let it be a tornado or something. You will find out. We come together and help one another out. If you're 30 miles away, we come in to help you too. This is what I see in the state of Tennessee. I'm not saying this because that's where I'm from. I'm telling you what I know. And when I graduated in Tennessee, I received 2 certificates in my hand. One of them was from the governor of Tennessee, who outserved any governor named, his last name is Tilton. He served 38 years, and he fought for black people. Look him up. And he was a Democrat, too.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm just telling people, if you want a peace of mind when you retire and everything, and you want some real land, the land is sitting there waiting on you with your name on it. Go invest in the southern states. You'll be glad that you did. And the black women down there, we praying women. And we ain't going to take no for an answer. We cover our men in prayer.
Amen.
Yes, ma'am.
God bless you all.
Right. God bless you, Sister Princess. Thank you for calling. We got Brother JB.
Let's go.
JB's on WVON. You're on Straight Words, big brother. Go ahead and talk to us tonight.
Yes, sir. I'm the King B on Facebook, social media, talking to a lot of queens. What she just said is fact. I grew up in the suburbs, downstate, Cairo, all that is Republican.
Yeah, Cairo.
We need to look. We need everything is on paper. Before the election, we men, I'm gonna give y'all a challenge. We write on paper a bipartisan agreement for first of all our safety and what we want for our tax dollars, what we want, so we ain't got to be rioting and going to jail. My mom said, don't go out there. I ain't trying to bind you out, but let's think a little deeper. Put it on paper, draft an act, put that in front of the Republican and Democratic Party, and guess what? They're going to respect that. Okay? Instead of us acting a fool, let's think on a higher level. What y'all think about that? Putting together, draft together. It can be comprehensive, 100 different things that we want, because they just gave our reparations to the migrants. Okay, so they gave credit cards, what the government can do for us. That's one of the ideas. Housing and shelter, mental health, and all that type. Those things. I'm telling you. And we go to the law enforcement and ask for protection to make this act move and give it a bipartisan spill for the Republicans, all the government parties, but Republican and Democrats will get that on their desk and say, talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk on paper.
All right, Brother JB, thank you for calling. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. I think that in this current political reality, man, there is no bipartisanship. And the Republicans win by having us lose. What do I mean? When you are a political candidate, you don't necessarily want all voters. And that may seem strange. Let me tell you something I learned when I first my first political campaign back in Baltimore. And I was like, what was I? Well, I had to be like maybe a junior in college because I pledged to frat because one of the older brothers was running for state lawmaker, right? So, we looking at where to put out campaign literature. So I was like, well, nobody never put out campaign literature where I live. We got a whole bunch of people we can reach. You know what that man told me? People right here vote, people right here vote, people right here vote, and people right here vote.
Right.
And that's where we're spending our time and money, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Right? So that's one part. But for the Republicans, they don't want black voters. They may want a sliver of the black vote because they win the majority of the white vote. So they may want a sliver of the black vote so that takes votes away from the Republicans. And I think, unfortunately, JB, the way the police are shooting us, we can't get them to live up to their basic oath to serve and protect.
Well,
so I don't see how. Huh?
Go ahead, finish. I thought you were saying.
So I don't see how, under a special arrangements, which really you would be talking about, I guess, federal protection for us. So I don't see them doing that, and I don't see them bringing in the National Guard to talk about protecting our rights. I think, unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, brother, JB, I think in reality, all of this ugliness, like what the sister was talking about with Marjorie Taylor Greene and all these attacks on black women and the hatred of black women and the hatred of black people and the hatred of black children and the refusal to do anything for us, it's a sign of the time, brothers and sisters. I just have to tell you. We're not going to be united with white folks. We're not going to be one big happy family. We're not. They are not even that with each other.
Right.
They calling each other traitors and worse. What Jasmine Crockett called Marjorie Taylor Greene ain't nothing compared to what these Democrats, white Democrats and Republicans be calling each other. So no, brother, we're not going to. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be this continued acrimonious devolution, inhospitable, uncivilized savagery until the country finally explodes. Go ahead, Brother James.
No, the one thing that he said, in addition to what you commented on, the agenda aspect. That's one thing that I don't know if you're talking about black Republicans and black Democrats, but either way, if we as a people could put together an agenda to be presented, an agenda with substance, not the kind of agendas that we've been putting forth that really is the thing that benefits everybody but really doesn't benefit us, because everything we put forth, other people take advantage of it, and then they move to the front of the line based on what our agenda was. But an agenda that makes sense, that is focused on making sure that we can move forward, and number one, that just putting forth an agenda and us being united around that agenda to make it happen. That's one thing we could do as we prepare for the inevitable, which you were saying. I mean, which I have always been saying, is the clash that's going to take place in my opinion, sometime sooner than later, because like he said, either way, Trump wins, it's going to be hell. If Trump loses, it's going to be hell in the streets. So, and we're not ready. We still got our head in the sand as a people. What do we do when that happens? As a people, January, whatever date that the announcement comes, what are we prepared to do if Trump loses? You can be sure, I believe, that there's going to be hell in the street. It may not be immediate. It may not be immediate, but it's going to be, they're planning. And I don't know if it'll be another march on the Capitol or how it's going to take place, but you can believe something's going to go down. So we're here now. What preparation are we making for that? That's right. That I think about when it hits the fan. What are we thinking about? If Biden wins, it's still going to be hell. And we're going to be still marching. Marching is played out. They already know they already know how they trained us. Okay, let's do this, and let's just get ready, because we know they're going to be there with signs, et cetera, or they're going to be there. The thing that blows their mind is when we don't do what they expect. Right. And that one thing they don't expect is for us to come united and then make the move that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has been asking us to do, as to call for separation.
That's right.
So,
well, brothers and sisters, with that, way to end off this hour, brother. That's powerful. We got another powerful hour coming up for you. But before we close out this hour, brothers and sisters, you know that we've been here for a year. We've been faithful servants of the Chicago community, everybody around the country, everybody around the world listening to WVON on Tuesday nights. And you have helped support us to give you riveting content like this. Ain't no black men talking like this on the radio nowhere on the planet. And we want y'all to help us continue to give you this information as we go forward closer to November. You want to hear what Brother Naba'a has to say, what Brother James G. has to say, and the other guests that we bring on the air to Straight Words every Tuesday night. So please support us. If you're feeling what we're doing and you've been listening, you've been watching us, we've been faithful to you every week, giving you this type of conversation, please join in supporting what we do by going to your Cash App. You got a Cash App, open it up. $ Straight Words, $ Straight Words on Cash App, $ Straight Words on Cash App. If you got Zelle, open that up. Open that app up. It's 312 is the number you can make your donations to 312-480-9775. 312-480-9775. And on PayPal, it is straightwords4@gmail.com. PayPal, straightwords4@gmail.com. We want to thank all of our listeners, brothers, who have been donating and supporting to us. And they call in, and, we're just so excited to be here, and we thank God.